just want to thank you for your time tonight to show up for this Yin class. So as you may or may not know, May is dubbed Mental Health Awareness Month. And then I kind of wanted to incorporate this whole Meals on Wheels idea because of, I like the targeting food security, but I also like that one of Meals on Wheels mission statements incorporates that they're not only addressing hunger, but they're also addressing loneliness, which those tie back in with mental health. But also tonight's Yin sequence is designed around the Stomach Meridian. And they say that the Stomach Meridian begins just below the eyes and runs down the front of the body, basically the throat, and goes all the way down the front of the abdomen, the chest, the abdomen, and then the front of the legs, and kind of like winds up, pausing right around the second toes, the tops of the second toes. And then, of course, you know, there's connections from that meridian to the spleen. There's connections going to the lungs. And then they just say that the stomach meridian has a lot to do with anxiety and stress and digestion. And so a lot of worrying, overthinking can be like symptoms of any knotted up energy in that stomach meridian. So tonight's focus is on that, and we will just be doing some things that kind of stretch and open and lengthen and stimulate that meridian. With that, let's go ahead and begin on all fours tabletop to set up our first shape. So coming to all fours with the knees, hips width distance apart right under the hips. Go ahead and walk your palms forward, bringing your chest towards the earth for melting heart, also known as puppy pose. Just bring your forehead towards the mat. And if that's uncomfortable, you can place your chin on the mat. Just know that there could be some strain in the neck associated. So I want you to make yourself as comfortable as you can. Maybe that's placing a block underneath your forehead or a towel or a blanket, padding. And our Yin practice is really focused on getting into the shapes and then staying and holding them for several minutes at a time. If your knees are uncomfortable, make sure you put some padding underneath them. You can double fold a yoga mat or put a blanket or something there. Keeping your palms shoulder width apart. If there's shoulder strain, you can take them a little bit wider. Just hang out. Breathe. Let your abdomen and your stomach stretch and melt towards the ground. And they say that the stomach meridian is also associated with the earth element. I think the shape's beautiful gesture of letting ourselves feel that intimate connection with earth as we're resting, supported by breathing onto heart, breath rising and falling towards the earth. See if you can keep your breath passageway clear and full. Start by finding your palms pressed into the ground and slowly rise your torso up and back into a child's pose, sending your hips melting on top of your heels. And maybe your shoulders need a break after our melting heart pose. Take your palms long by your sides, rest them back to relieve any strain in your shoulders. Feel free to rock your forehead gently side to side if that feels good on your neck. And make sure your thighs are wide enough for your torso to rest and melt towards the earth. Feeling your breath in and out, open up to expand your side bodies fully. Take a big deep breath in through your nose with a little pause at the top of your expansion. And open mouth, sigh your breath out. Carefully bring your palms forward towards your shoulders. Slowly inhale and rise back up to all fours. Bringing the hips again over the knees and the palms right under the shoulders. And taking your right leg, either carry, lift, or just walk it forward in front of you. And bring both palms to the inside of your leg underneath your shoulders. So your right foot's to the outer edge and maybe just a little bit more forward of your ankle, of your knee for dragon pose. You can stay right here. You can even walk and elongate forward a little more, just keeping the palms under the shoulders. Untuck or tuck your back toes, whatever feels good. And then maybe you take in a block or two if you have them. And feel free, you have several settings here. Just to settle in with the arms and maybe bow the chin down into the chest. Letting go of any tense energy in your left hip and groin. Breathing and softening the backs of your shoulders, the muscles elongating the back along your spine. Focusing the breath like it's repairing, going in through the stomach, and just knitting up any tears, tending to any bruises. Noticing where you might be holding any tension. Can you soften the muscles and the features on your face? Can you find a controlled, fluid, but natural cycle of breath? Just taking a couple more rounds of your full fluid breath in the shape. Preparing to move. And as you're ready, start to bring any props out of the way, planting your palms back underneath your shoulders. Gently take, carry, step, or float your right leg back to under your knee or under your hip, all fours. Tuck your toes and press up to a downward facing dog. Find your stance, maybe lengthening or widening the feet. Pedal it out if you need to, if that feels right. Soft, neutral neck, and just hang out in your shape for a few breaths. Actively pressing through your palms, sending the hips up and back. You can use your downward facing dog as a time to turn inward and reflect. Finding a deep breath. With your next inhale, gently bring your knees back towards the mat. Just float them down and land them softly to all fours. And taking your left leg forward, you can carry it, you can float it, bringing your left foot to the outer edge of your mat so your palms are inside, right under the shoulders, and then either lengthen and shift forward or lengthen the leg behind you back a little bit more. Dragon pose with the left leg forward. Bring your props back into play here if using them, and settle in. Again, bowing your chin towards your chest, finding a release. Maybe you seal your lips and close your eyes, nothing to see or do here. Just breathe. Find a deeper breath to reawaken out of this shape. Begin to open your eyes and bring your palms to the earth, removing your props, floating your left knee back to all fours, tucking your toes, breathe in, and exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Finding any bits of movement here, and then settling in for some time to your downward facing dog. Neck muscles are soft. Fingers are spread wide. Maybe your toes are gripping widely across the back of the mat. Find another cycle of breath, nice and fluid as you inhale, filled up. Completely releasing the full breath from the body. As you breathe in, gently float your knees forward and back to the earth. And shift over to one of your hips to extend your legs in front of you. If you have a strap you'd like to use for your practice today or a belt, go ahead and snag that by your side and lower it all the way to your back. Once you're laying down comfortably, take your feet wide and then just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Nice and slow, no rush. Take the time to maybe caress the sides of your hips on the ground. Your gaze is towards the sky, your ceiling tiles. Maybe your palms and arms are open and wide. Maybe you're resting your hands on your heart, so maybe one on your stomach. Then finding some stillness, walk your feet into hips width distance apart. Having that strap handy if you're using it. Take your right ankle crossed over your left thigh. And then draw your left knee in towards your chest. Take that strap, if it's handy, around the left sole of your foot and extend your leg towards the sky. We want to gently maintain a flexed ankles so your toes are active, but then just resting into this shape. And you can control with the strap, the stretch through the left back of the leg. Shimmy your shoulders down and underneath you. And lengthen your neck. Soften your teeth, your jaw, part the teeth from one another, the tops and the bottoms. Letting your tongue widen and fall rested to the floor of your mouth. Fluids in the leg get a chance to drain. Digestion gets a little bit of a boost. All the while, your right hip getting a little bit of extra stretch of love. Take another big, full, expansive breath in. And sigh your breath out. Start to bend your left knee, gently removing the strap off to the side. And unravel both legs so that you place your feet back on the wide edges of your mat. And once again, find windshield wipers side to side, nice and slow, almost at a heartbeat or the rhythm of the cycles of your breath. Maybe you imagine the ocean waves, the tide coming in and lolling back out to sea. And as you are ready, plant your feet once more, hips width distance apart. This time, left ankle crossing over your right thigh. Flex your left ankle and then lift your right knee in towards your chest. Take that strap and anchor it around the arch of your foot. And then extend your right leg towards the sky. Right palm gripping onto the strap just as an anchor for the tension of holding up. Find some spaciousness in your neck. Can you bring softness to the top layer of your body? With your next few rounds of breath, just see if you can feel the expanse, this widening like a universe inside your heart, from armpit to armpit, from one edge to the other of your collarbones, from jawline, under one ear to the other. Allow the sides of your abdomen to melt down. Taking one more big full breath here. When you begin your exhale, softly begin bending into your right knee, carefully removing the strap off to the side, unwinding your feet, placing them wide on your mat. One more time, a few windshield wipers of the knees, left to right, right to left. As you move with intention, begin to have your knees face the sky, feet are wide, and slowly just lengthen your legs to the bottom of your mat, finding a resting, melting Shavasana. Perhaps you leave your palms on your body, maybe thumbs and index fingers touching just below the navel, little heart shape on the organs. or anything that feels right. Still having length in your neck from shoulders to ears, perhaps tucking your shoulders down and away. Heavy eyes behind the lids. Fluid breath like the ocean waves. And soft muscles like feathers floating to the surface. Starting to bring awareness, light, your intuition back into your body, awareness of the room around you. And to open and close, squeeze your toes, flare your toes. As you're ready, start to lift your knees towards the sky and slide the soles of your feet back to the earth. You can walk your feet in towards the middle of your mat, shift your hips to one side and gently roll to a side body. Maybe bicep forms a pillow. Letting your eyes remain heavy, still staying with a fluid, deep breath. Having gratitude for your body, your health, all of it, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. When you're ready to move your body up to a seat, keep your eyes heavy and gently press your palms into the ground. Support yourself on your journey up. Take your time, breathe deep as your head comes upright once again. Adjusting to gravity, find a comfortable seat with your hip bones grounded. Bow your chin down into your chest, shoulders down your back. Maybe join me with hands up at the third eye space in between the brow. Just as a gesture from me to you of light and intuition and gratitude in this deeper level beyond just a physical practice. Draw my thumbs down to my heart with so much joy for your time, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you.